morning. Caroline Lovaglio is an ambitious, intelligent, and gracious young woman. Her accomplishments at Northport High School are extremely impressive, yet Caroline is one of the most humble students I have ever had the pleasure to work with. She possesses a strong set of core values and lives her life accordingly. An intrinsically motivated student, Caroline has selected the most rigorous courses since she entered Northport High School for one reason only: to challenge herself. Her drive and dedication to succeed in all that she does has earned her the very distinguished title of National Merit Scholarship winner. This honor recognizes Caroline as a student in the top 0.5% of the 1.5 million students graduating in the country this year. Woo! Caroline has grown tremendously through her involvement in numerous clubs and activities throughout her years at Northport High School. Since her freshman year, she has been involved in clubs such as Mathletes, Our-Town 2000, and National Honor Society, to name a few. Caroline indicates, though, that above all, her involvement in United Students of Northport has had the greatest impact on her, as she learned how to effectively collaborate with others to reach a common goal. Caroline has been a role model to the community through her participation in Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, Relay for Life, Midnight Run, 30-Hour Famine, and the Multiple Sclerosis Badminton tournaments. She is one of the kindest, most considerate, and modest young ladies I have ever met. She possesses an optimistic attitude towards life and is regarded with the utmost level of respect by the faculty as well as her peers. I am confident that this will not be the last time Caroline is commended for her incredible achievements as she strives to make the world a better place. Caroline will be attending Princeton University in the fall, majoring in physics. It is my honor and my privilege to introduce to you the valedictorian for the class of 2012, Caroline Lovaglio.
Woo! Caroline! Caroline! Caroline!
Thank you, Mrs. Cufo, Dr. McDermott, School Board, Miss McLaughlin, Assistant Principals Miss Keenan and Mr. McKeon, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2012. It is both an honor and a pleasure to be invited to speak at our commencement ceremony as your valedictorian and to represent a class as impressive as ours. But if I'm to be completely honest, it has also been quite a confusing and daunting task to think of what to say. While I was writing this speech, I struggled to settle on a starting point for quite some time. However, I remember that many speeches in these situations start out with a quote from a profound author, poet, or public figure, and I decided that I would give that a shot. For this quotation, I turned to one of the greatest thinkers of our time, Yankee baseball legend Yogi Berra, who once said, "The future ain't what it used to be." This can be seen as simply another play on words for which Berra is famous, but it also contains some relevant truth. The future is such an abstract concept, full of mystery and uncertainty, and as society progresses, it becomes increasingly difficult to predict what the lives of young people like us will be like in the years to come. Now, this may seem like a frightening notion on the surface, but when viewed in the right light, this idea is both intriguing and inviting. There are so many more educational and occupational opportunities available to us than high school graduates of past decades due to the availability of education, financial aid for further learning, and the growing specialization of professions. A person today is more likely to find college courses which are tailored to his or her interests. Innovations and developing technologies provide a driving force for the creation of different jobs. New members of the workforce will have what seems like innumerable career choices and are therefore more likely to come across one that fits their abilities and personalities. I'm not going to say that the possibilities are endless, because that's cliched and untrue, but the number of options that are available to us is vast. This does not mean that we will not need to work hard in order to secure our occupations. A large range of career types does not always accompany a large range of job opportunities. We are in the midst of a financial crisis, which includes difficulty finding jobs, especially for young people who have just graduated from high school or college. With a closed mind, this situation appears to inhibit ingenuity and individuality. However, this can also be viewed as the perfect opportunity to utilize our creativity and flexibility. It is not the time to abandon hope of achieving our dreams, but to reevaluate how we must approach them. Our possibilities will seem limited at first. With the same perseverance that we have used to get to this point in our lives, though, we will be able to broaden our narrow viewpoints of the future and discover the many ways in which we can use our talents. The skills, values, and lessons taught to us by our teachers, parents, family, and friends have effectively prepared us for the road ahead and will guide us as we choose which ways to turn. As we have more power to decide what we will do with our lives, our primary responsibility is to ensure that whichever path we take is one which makes us truly happy. We must also ensure that it gives us joy and a sense of fulfillment. Philosopher and writer Albert Camus put it best when he said, "There can be no happiness if the things we believe in are different than the things we do." Judging by the abundance of ability, intelligence, and determination in our graduating class, it is not far-fetched to believe that some of us will indeed reach great levels of fame and fortune, but of course we cannot all be celebrities after we leave Northport High School. We cannot all be the next Edie Falco or Aesop Brock. This does not mean that our lives will not be considered successful, though. Each and every one of us has the potential to achieve remarkable feats by doing work that makes us truly satisfied. Success is not defined by the amount of money that we earn in our salaries each year, but by the amount of passion that we put forth into our lives and the sense of accomplishment we feel as a result. This summer, I encourage everyone to take the time to put our futures in perspective. This season is, of course, a time to relax and prepare ourselves before we go off to college, the military, the workforce, or whatever our future endeavors may be, but it should also be a time for reflection. We must look back on our experiences in order to decide where we will head in the years to come. We must determine which lifestyle or career best suits our interests, talents, and aspirations in order to attain true happiness. We must always remember not to only think of our possibilities, but to rethink our possibilities. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2012.
Thank you, Caroline. Beautiful speech, and all of our students who spoke today did just such a beautiful job. Not an easy task. Please join me in congratulating them. I'd also like to thank both Senator Schumer and Congressman Israel for participating in our commencement ceremony.